Carol. Next we have Hallie Turner, and I got to meet Hallie a couple years ago at a 350.org event, yay. She's a 10-year-old climate activist, yay, a 10-year-old climate activist from Raleigh. And she's been advocating for Planet Earth since she was in the 3rd grade, and is currently a member of the I Matter Youth Council. Has anyone here heard of I Matter Youth Council? She hopes her writing and speaking will inspire others to help protect the world they share. Please help me welcome Hallie.
My name is Hallie. I am 10 years old and I have been interested in climate change since I was in 3rd grade when I read Al Gore's book, An Inconvenient Truth. What I read scared, surprised, and most of all angered me. After researching online and reading many books, I had learned about this huge problem that threatened everyone on Earth and Earth itself's survival, and I had never heard about this before now. I was most angered by the fact that the government wasn't taking action towards this huge issue, or even making a big deal of letting people know it existed. I think it is such an important issue because we only have one Earth, a very beautiful Earth, and it is up to us to take care of it. When today's governmental leaders are gone, we, as the youngest generation, will inherit the planet that they have cared for, or haven't cared for. Our voices are powerful, and we can make a difference, but we also need our leaders to take action. It is up to them, from our mayors to our congressmen and women to President Obama, to decide what kind of world the children and grandchildren of tomorrow will live in. We need our leaders to act, and to act now. Australia emits 1.1% of the world's greenhouse gases. Guess how much the USA emits? The USA alone emits 30.3% of all greenhouse gas pollution in the world. That's more greenhouse gas pollution than South America, Africa, the Middle East, Australia, and Asia combined. Therefore, as Americans, it is our obligation to work as hard as we can to fix that problem by fighting global warming. If we destroy this Earth, it affects even the poorest, least polluting countries, the harmless, innocent animals, and the proud, beautiful national parks that have been enjoyed by the world for so many decades, and we won't get a second chance. In his 2013 inaugural address, President Obama said, "We will respond to the threat of climate change, knowing that failure to do so would betray our children and future generations." As the youngest generation, we need to hold him to that promise. President Obama also said, "Some may still deny the overwhelming judgment of science, but none can avoid the devastating impact of raging fires and crippling drought and more powerful storms. The path towards sustainable energy sources will be long and sometimes difficult, but Americans cannot resist this transition. We must lead it." I speak for the rest of my generation in saying this. I don't want my children and grandchildren to grow up in a world where extreme droughts and hurricanes like Sandy or Katrina are normal. A world where harp seals, penguins, and polar bears are extinct, and a world where our coastlines look totally different because the West Antarctic ice shelf has melted into the sea. We need to speak for the trees that are being cut down, the atmosphere that is being used as a garbage can, and islands like the Maldives that are in danger of disappearing due to rising sea levels, because those things can't speak for themselves. If we don't change our ways now, Glacier, Denali, Yosemite, and Yellowstone might never be the same again. Climate change is happening here, it's happening now, and it's affecting every living and non-living thing on this planet. One way I got involved in activism was by joining the I Matter Youth Council of an organization called Kids vs. Global Warming. Alec Lures started Kids vs. Global Warming 6 years ago when he was just 13. He felt that the youngest generation needed to take leadership on climate change. He knew how powerful our voices could be. Solutions to climate change do exist. Americans should be aware of them and should know that their president is ready to support them. The voices of youth can make a difference, so don't be afraid to speak up. Please let your leaders at all levels know how important an issue climate change is and how important it is that we as a country fight as hard as we can to put an end to it. To keep spreading this message, I will be helping to organize a march in Raleigh on September 28th. If you would like to be part of the march, I can use your help. If you are interested in helping with the march, or if you would like to sign a petition to President Obama asking him to hold a summit on climate solutions, Or if you would just like to be part of a growing group of North Carolina climate activists, please meet me in front of the stage right after the Speak Out. Thank you.